All right, we got a 1,500 point battle report. First one in Jeff's Nerd Bunker.
Woohoo! Nerd Bunker!
We've got Purge the Alien. Again, we've got Eldar against Grey Knights. Vanguard deployment, as you can see. For the Eldar, we've got a big nasty Wraithknight with his shield and his sun cannon and the scatter laser. Fire Prism, LaughingSeer. He rolled up Guide Prescient's Death Mission, I think. Dire Avengers inside of a Wave Serpent. And what was in that other one? Wraithguard in the other one, along with a Spirit Seer, naturally. And he got Protect, of course, so he'll have Terminator Wraithguard. And he's got Scatterwalkers here. He got first turn, and of course he took it, like a smart Eldar player. On the Grey Knight side, I've got 5-man squad, strike squad on a quad gun here. Ordo, Malleus, Inquisitor with Psychic Communion, Psy Cannon, Hammer. A couple of servo skulls scattered throughout here. Land Raider with our combat squad, 10-man strike squad in there, 2 Psy Cannons. And in reserve, I'm going to jump right by you here, Jose. 2 Dreadnoughts, Nemesis Doomfist, Heavy Flamer, Twin-Linked Heavy Flamer, Psy Flame ammo. 5 Paladins, and then 2 Paladins. So we'll get back to you after Eldar turn 1. Alright, I totally forgot to do this after his first turn because there wasn't much going on, so I'm just going to do the first game turn in total. It was night fighting, and he didn't really have much in range, so he jumped his Wraithknight up and shot his Scatter Laser and Blast. 3 blasts into my Marines here. Thanks to the 2-up cover save, he still managed to kill 1. All of his other vehicles, everything else, went flat out. And he just got rid of my servo skulls, basically. Top of turn 1, or Grey Knight turn 1, I just moved my Land Raider up just to get a shot in with the last cannons over here. And they hit, and they penned, but of course he had a 2-up cover save thanks to a combination of Jink and night fighting. And the quad gun over here put a pen and a glance on here, and he actually, the pen got through, he rolled a 1, but then since he still had his shield up, he Serpent Shield dropped it down to a glance, so I took a whole point off there. And that's end of game turn 1. End of Eldar turn 2. Everything moved up toward the Aegis line with the exception of the Warwalkers. They stayed put. They didn't really have any targets to hurt. The Fire Prism shot his Strength 9 Lance and immobilized my Land Raider. Sad panda. The Bright Lance over there tried to take it out as well, but he failed. Sun Cannon and the Wave Serpent here shot at these guys. They went to ground, and they managed to lose 1, and he put a wound on the quad gun. Bikes here just hanging out. Just getting there. 4-up save. On to Grey Knight turn 2. Alright, end of Grey Knight turn 2. The Inquisitor here casts Psychic Communion, and everything except 1 solo Paladin came in. My big squad of Paladins here, I tried to park them right behind this Fire Prism, but they scattered way back here. Still managed to get some rear armor and wreck that Fire Prism after only getting 2 Psy Cannon hits because they shot terribly. He scattered back as well and holocausted these guys. They failed to deny the witch but only lost 1 guy and they passed morale. I got ballsy with my deep strike and put them real close to try and torch these guys. Tried to snap fire my quad gun in here, but no luck. Luckily, the heavy flamers with Psy Flame ammo managed to take out that Wave Serpent, and they are not pinned either. My immobilized Land Raider popped his 2 last cannons over here and put a pen in a glance, but he downgraded the pen. Failed both of his Jinks, but so he's got 2 whole points off that guy. And on to Eldar turn 3. All right, end of Eldar turn 3. Warwalkers did what they should do and get the hell away from these Paladins, and then shot into them. Luckily, I rolled some really good armor saves, and I only took 1 wound off of 1 Paladin, and he actually only had 1 miss out of 24 shots. So that was just dumb luck on my armor saves there. This Wave Serpent unloaded his Bright Lance on, and the shield on this Paladin that used to be here, and he failed his invul save and failed a 2-up armor save on a shield. These guys shot at him first and then ran away, but they couldn't hurt him. Over here, the Farseer ran up behind this Dreadnought and chucked a spear in his back, penned him, and then knocked off his twin-linked heavy flamer. This Wraithknight shot at the Dreadnought that used to be here, put a hull point on him, then charged him and completely obliterated him right on the charge. And these guys just sort of ran away, presumably on their way to cover somewhere. So, we're on to Grey Knights, turn 3. End of Grey Knight, turn 3. I did not cast Psychic Communion. I guess I couldn't decide whether I wanted him to come in or not, but the dice said he came in. And my Soladin dropped down here. And I attempted to pop that Wave Serpent with my Land Raider, but failed. But coming to the rescue, the quad gun managed to glance the Wave Serpent to death, and so the Wraithguard were out on foot now. He tried to holocaust them after they were out, but failed his psychic test. So these Paladins moved over here and just managed to finish off these Warwalkers, so they're out. And Dreadnought flamed a couple, like 3 of these guys down with his remaining flamer, and then jumped into close combat, killed 2, and they held morale, which is bad for him because I think he's coming next turn. So that's it. On to Eldar, turn 4. Alright, end of Eldar, turn 4. As predicted, Wraithknight came to save the day and totally smashed my Dreadnought. He exploded and killed only 1 Dire Avenger in the explosion, so they didn't have to force a morale check. Dreadnought consolidated back. Dire Avengers went forward. This LaughingSeer screwball threw his spear at my Soladin, who failed his 2-up armor save and was insta-killed. Not cool. He cast Protect on these Wraithguard, who are now 2-up, and they're concealed, and they were guided last turn, so they're going to hit hard when they get to me. Alright, so it's on to Grey Knight, turn 4. Alright, end of Grey Knight, turn 4. Shot 1 las cannon into the Wraithguard, and plinked 1 away. And shot the heavy bolter into the Dire Avengers, killing a couple. And finished off the squad with these guys. Moved my Paladins up just within range to get some Holocaust going, and failed my Psychic test again. And my Psy Cannons failed to rend, and he had his 2-up saves. I killed 0 Wraithguard with my Paladins. So I think they're about to pay for it. On to Eldar, turn 5. Alright, end of Eldar, turn 5. Was that 5? Yeah, end of turn 5. Basically everything, if you can't see where they're pointed and moved, they came up here to try and take these boys out. Jet bikes, he was contemplating turbo boosting them, but he wasn't sure if he had range to get into my deployment zone for Linebreaker. I think he's banking on next turn, hoping to go to a next turn to get that. Wraithknight could only see the back 2, and put 4 wounds on them with the scatter laser and 1 with the cannon, and failed 1 invul save against the wound over here. Prior to that, these guys were guided and all that jazz, and they spanked 2 of my Paladins down, and he failed to wound with his Fleshbane spear. So fairly uneventful turn. On to Grey Knight, turn 5. Alright, end of Grey Knight, turn 5. We actually got pretty lucky this turn. Started off just trying to shoot the quad gun down here at the bikes. I just wanted to kill 1 to force a morale check, but he made his armor saves. Shot my last cannon, the one that could see, down here at the Wraithguard. And he had a 3-up cover save thanks to conceal, and he actually whiffed 1. I tried to holocaust him with the Paladins, but I passed my psychic test, and he didn't deny the witch, even on a 4-up, and then I scattered like 12 inches, or 8 inches way off into the nether, and then charged in. He got 1 with his D-cannons on Overwatch, but I made my invul save, and then my hammers smashed down 3 of his Wraithguard. But the Spirit Seer held leadership, so they're still locked in combat, And do you want to see if we go on another turn, Brett? He's going to roll to see if the game's done or if we go on. Yeah.
That's it.
We are done. And we'll get back to you with points after we figure it out, because I actually have no idea who's winning. All right, we got the points figured out here. It's actually a victory for the Grey Knights, 7-4. Nobody had Linebreaker in this, but I had First Blood with either the Fire Prism or the Wave Serpent. One of these two went down first. And then 6 kill points to his 4. So I'm gonna call it a lucky victory for the Grey Knights.